Welcome back to CrossTalk. You know, in addition to God's love, you can be sure of one unchanging fact. The Lord ordained the family as the preferred training ground to teach us how to live for God and how to live together. Home is where we learn to resolve differences and practice the forgotten art of reconciliation. I used to tell my children that if they couldn't learn to live together in our home environment, where they were safe and secure, away from the outside pressures of an unfriendly, hostile world, it wouldn't get any easier with the added pressures of adult responsibilities. I also tried to remind them that if they couldn't learn to forgive folks who love them, like kinfolk, well, they'd have a much more difficult time succeeding in the call of God to love people who have no built-in incentives to love them back. Yes, in this regard, the family is sort of like life's boot camp. I believe in the family unit, and I know that God does too. As I mentioned earlier, I went from wanting no children to being a father of 6. During the interim period after I got saved, but before we actually had any children, I decided just the kind of kids I wanted. I told God all about my hopes, and then I wrote a song about the sons I hope to someday call my boys.
I want a puddle stomping, tree climbing, bring a dog home child, grow up and tell the world about love. Take me out fishing in the morning, don't you sleep late. My worms are in the kitchen, they'll be up by 8. Daddy, 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 don't you make them wait. Plastic motorcycle, don't you ride it down the stairs. Mommy looks at daddy and he's getting gray hairs. The bed's not a trampoline, go to sleep, don't make a scene. You want a drink of water, fine, I know you're wasting time. Daddy, 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 kiss me one more time. Ooh, God knows how I love you. God loves you too. I know he'll see us through. You kiss your baby brother, then you pat him on the rear. You want to stop his crying, so you let him know you're near. It makes your mama happy and it does your daddy proud. 3 foot tall, but you'll stand above the crowd. We gotta teach you right and what ain't allowed. Ooh, God knows how I love you. God loves you too. I know he'll see us through.
Well, the Weiss family didn't begin with me, and it won't end with me. I have a heritage. I'm part of a line of which I'm very proud. My roots go all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I was born and raised in a wonderful Jewish family. We were always taught about the importance of God and family relationships. Both were sacred. Nothing was ever to superimpose itself over the family. No pain, no insult, no harshness, no failure. Nothing should break the family tie. Family love should endure any storm and always be dependable under every circumstance. Well, anyway, some of you know that because I am Jewish, my faith in Jesus has been very problematic to my family. Actually, I knew way back on my honeymoon when I prayed the prayer acknowledging Jesus as my Messiah that I might lose my family. That was just a horrible consequence to contemplate. Perhaps that's why Jesus told us to count the cost. He warned true believers, saying, "Whosoever he be that forsakes not all that he has, he cannot be my disciple." Well, I was forced to make a conscious choice. I knew if I wanted to be a disciple of Jesus, I had to love him even more than my family and friends. I hope you never have to make a decision like that. However, if you are called upon to make a similar choice, I hope your faith is built upon a strong enough foundation that it will stand in the face of any storm you may encounter. We must carry our cross through every trial and have faith in God's keeping power. In fact, we must learn to rejoice in our times of difficulty. We've got to calculate the high value of every test of faith and count it all joy when we're tested. Yet instead of good teaching, proper training, and sound doctrine, many new believers are won to the faith through false promises of easy belief, quick fix prayers, smooth sailing, health, wealth, and a deep discount variety of faith that is marketed by charlatans, heretics, and naive humanistic professional preachers. I can tell you that as a brand new Christian, I was unprepared for what I was to face after confessing Christ as Lord. My first test cost me my family. I wish it was otherwise. But the cross has a cost. In just a moment, I'm going to tell you about it. Please stay tuned.